This is AV SuperFriends Off the Rails, an almost regularly scheduled open discussion on audio and video in higher education. We'll sound off about our most brilliant ideas, our dumbest mistakes, and everything in between. And because this conversation will almost certainly go off the rails at some point, we'll end up covering just about everything else. And now, the AV SuperFriends. For July 10th, 2026, it's the best sounding and most argumentative podcast in higher ed. This is the AV SuperFriends Off the Rails episode number 141, which I mistyped a minute ago. Whoa. Broadcasting live through the dog days of summer, from shade tree to swimming pool, from coast to coast across 4 time zones, and warmer than a passively cooled network switch stuffed into an unventilated lectern. Ask me how I know about a whole bunch of those.
It'll be fine.
They're not. We're chasing signals, chasing bandwidth, and chasing the last working air conditioner on campus. I'm Chris Dechter, and you're tuned in for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure with the AV SuperFriends. And let's say hello to that panel.
Hello, panel.
Of AV SuperFriends. Our first panelist ensures all devices remain updated, all operations remain hydrated, and no frozen margarita is placed directly above an equipment rack. He's a senior frozen beverage and firmware officer from Kansas City. Say hello to Mr. Jamie Reinhardt.
That sounds awesome. I need one of those.
What, melted frozen margaritas into your equipment racks? Yes.
This is weird lemonade.
Right on that. Our next panelist coordinates splash-resistant microphones, sun-glare displays, and unshielded copper cables that absolutely should not be that close to the water. He's a manager of poolside production systems from Corvallis, Oregon. Say hello to Mr. Mark Kolowazinski.
Getting a little bit wet over here, guys, but it's going to be okay.
No running.
Settle down. No, did you just eat? Get out of the pool.
30 minutes. Our next panelist determines exactly how much equipment performance should be sacrificed once the AV closet reaches August attic temperatures. He's a director of heat-related derating from Greensboro, North Carolina. Say hello to Mr. Larry Darling.
Nothing ever reaches August attic temperatures in North Carolina. That's just brutal.
It just starts at August attic temperatures?
Like, that is, yeah, you don't go up there.
That's somebody else's job.
And our final panelist oversees strategic migration of AV signals from air-conditioned racks to questionable outdoor venues all summer long. He's the vice president of senior... Dang it, Justin, stop piling stuff. He's a vice president of seasonal signal flow from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Say hello to Mr. Justin Rexing.
That's a really shitty title. Sounds like I manage like outdoor lighting and making sure like Jingle Bells gets to the outdoor speakers.
It sounds like a lot of physical work. If I didn't know any better.
It does.
No. You're overseeing. Someone else is doing the work.
Yeah, but they're all like call out because it's too damn hot to work. So he's going to be there
overseeing
flipping that cable across the field.
Decorate houses.
Just to roll out this LED light.
That'd be fun. I could do that.
Yeah. Well, you just have to move all your stuff from the
cold.
The nice and cool IDFs out to your outdoor venues where there is no cooling. And those black equipment racks, you push that off to the side of the stage out of the shade.
Just Monitor World?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. On today's show, we're going to discuss the complex world of space ownership. And by space, we mean outer space ownership. Classrooms and conference rooms and all that fun stuff. Who's responsible and all that. And we're going to talk about what the heck are we doing about document cameras. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. If you're listening to this as recorded MP3, we do stream live on Fridays at about 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific, or whenever Jamie finally wanders inside from the heat. You can join us live on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Blue Sky when I remember to do it, which I didn't because it's not part of the API, and they don't actually stream live, but they alert you that we are live and then redirect you to YouTube, if that makes sense. But it requires manual interaction every freaking time. So interact together, Blue Sky.
Outsourcing it to somebody else.
They're outsourcing it to me is what they're doing. Yeah. If you can't join us live, we still want you to connect with us on the socials. You can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all those fun places. Just search for AV SuperFriends. There we are. Please don't forget to spread the word. You can share this podcast with your friends, colleagues, enemies, perfect strangers, and anyone currently lying motionless in front of an air conditioning vent. If you could go tackle people in public who are outside and drag them into the nearest shade, and while they're there recuperating, force them to listen to a few dozen episodes, that would be great. Just make sure they're not still on the hot pavement, because that would also be bad. If you want to support the show, please consider donating your contributions to help us to keep bringing you the honest content that you love or love to hate, and may someday allow us to all install proper ventilation in our studios. You can find the donation link for that in the show notes or on the website. And we do want to hear from you. So if there's a topic you want us to cover, please send us an email or comment on the socials. You can tell us about your overheating projectors, your thermal shutdowns, your classrooms with broken air conditioning. I was in one yesterday. It was pretty miserable. Or anything else making these dog days of summer even doggier. What's that?
You have classes going on in there?
It's a space we're going to upgrade, but the air conditioning in there doesn't work, and it does get warm in.
You wanted to get that done like first thing, man.
Yeah, they'll worry about that later. So
real quick though, where your temperature sitting out right now?
Outside or
around the
inside?
horn?
Outside, where are you at? Just checking in.
I don't know. I'm in like 74.
94-ish,
Gross.
85 to 90.
73 here. Right.
In the 80s, but I'm supposed
Let me
to
guess. Is it
mid-90s.
sprinkling and nasty as shit?
No,
Mark?
it's beautiful outside. Blue skies.
No, summer in the Northwest is great, which is why when people go visit the Northwest and they talk about how beautiful it was, it's like you were there between May and September. Go back in February. So
correct.
Finally, as you're listening to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other platform, wherever you are hearing this, please leave a rating and review. That feedback helps us grow. The ratings help us reach more listeners, and it forces us to continue producing episodes even when it's really too hot to think and we don't want to.
Is that what
So-
does it?
That's where I'm at.
Yes. I'm going to skip all the rest of this. Thanks for your support. We couldn't do this without you. I had a whole thing about dogs in there, but
I'm sure you did.
just for
Sure
Larry.
you did. Yeah.
I like dogs.
I know you do. You subscribe
This
to a
is
bunch of
gonna be
dog feeds on the Twitter account. I have to take
This
that
is going to
off.
be a bad show, isn't it?
Based on the
dog
first
feeds?
6
You had a
minutes.
bunch of dog stuff on there, so
Yeah, I know.
you were on the wrong account again, buddy.
Probably
Dogs
liking.
and
Al
New York
will take
Giants
care of that
football.
for us. Al
Oh
will
yeah,
get-
that'll do it.
All righty, and now for the first time in quite a while,
In a minute, yeah.
we're gonna do the news, and Justin's gonna sing along. Justin, you ready?
Do, 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 do.
Wait a minute. Ready?
I'm
Go.
always ready. Already did it.
Yeah. All right, so our news comes. Well, we have two news stories.
Yes.
First one comes from AV Interactive at AV whatever.
Interactive.
That one.
No, they've got a different name, which
There.
just confuses me.
ish.
Not that one. But anyway, AV Magazine at avinteractive.com. That's what I meant. Avixa offers members pro audio training from SynodCon. So basically, SynodCon, which is a monster in the strict like audio training
Well, it
venue,
is such good training.
and it's fantastic. It is
Oh, it's
tip-
wonderful
It is,
training.
Brown.
it is
He's
the
good.
top. It is tippy
In
top.
depth. In depth.
And now Avixa is now partnering with them to offer that through the Avixa portal to get your RUs and all that stuff, which you could always do, but it was previously they had a kind of a handshake agreement and you would go to SynodCon stuff and whatever, but it's now available through Avixa, thus basically opening it up to even more people. So more people around. It's a fantastic training program all the way through. Very detailed. It does cost a pretty penny, but it is worth
Oh,
every cent.
It's worth it.
Every cent.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
so good.
I send them extra money. Like
You probably
all this
should.
money.
I
You're
saw
getting
that
a discount.
I saw that announcement and I thought I might take it again.
Just because it was that good.
Just for the fun of it.
Well,
That's the thing. I've
Yep.
it's
I've
been
never
10
been able to take it.
it's been
I've
10 or 12 years. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when I took it and I'm like, you know what? I think I could use that.
It's like watching an old movie. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna put this on.
I remember when I took it, I thought I
Was it
knew what I was
Independence
doing.
Day? What?
It was one of those, I know what I'm doing. It's just gain structure. It's just whatever. And then I went, oh,
Make it all up
Jesus,
at the end. It's fine.
I'm so stupid. I had no idea.
There's a lot
And
of
I didn't-
people who do it.
I appreciated it the first time, and now I think I would actually get a lot more out of it
a good
because
point.
I have
Yeah.
a much better understanding
Nuance.
of all of it.
Cool. I saw it popped up in my training catalog. Although there it is. Like the day they announced it, it popped right up. I was like, oh wow. How pleasant.
So if
to
you
see.
want to know more about audio waves and how
Yep.
it works and the
But
physics
all
of
the
it,
audio waves, yeah. No,
sign
they're
up
they're
for
deep
Pat
into
Brown's
the
class.
physics side of it. It's great.
But that's all it is. That's everything. Math and physics.
I'm glad we all
Audio.
agree on that finally. Jesus.
It took this.
It's
Oh,
been-
no.
No,
We
no.
agreed that
To get you
physics
all
was
to
involved.
agree.
We just didn't care. There's
Yeah,
two very
there's a
different
difference.
things.
But now you're acting like you do.
No.
We always act like we do. We just
Well, audio is
Anyway.
an interesting thing because so many of the, let's say the automated systems that are being installed today do their own kind of shoot the room thing, and they kind of set up. And there's a lot of people out there. There's probably an entire generation of people doing AV, and Justin, to your point, who should know the math and physics and being able to do it, but don't understand that because they push the green button and it sets up the room for
well,
them.
and to be honest, what I've seen is there's just no time because the integrators spend all their time dealing with the labor on the job, and now they're down to the last penny
Because
of profit, and
They didn't quote
Was
the
it qu-
time.
they
that
didn't quote enough
coordinated
time, or
correctly.
even if it's in the scope of work, well, put it in the scope of work, and who's going to check on it?
8 hours of
Consultant?
install and then 15 minutes of tuning. All right.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. Chuck, get out of here.
So
You hear me on the far end? And he's in the hallway on his phone. Yeah, we hear you. We're good.
Hey,
We're done.
I'm guilty of that. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
out in the hallway and
Yeah,
see what it sounds like out
exactly.
here. So
I've done that this week.
Yeah.
Well, that's
this is
You're
what
hearing the
I'm
room on
talking
your phone.
about.
You're like, yeah.
that's how I measure deep
Sounds great.
SPL levels. Is I just
God,
go out in the
y'all.
hallway. Yeah, I can hear it out here. It's loud enough.
I had you all, and then I lost you. I just lost it all. It's just you're back
It's fickle
to
like that, Justin. It's
just
that's
the-
all it takes, man. It's schedule
Oh,
based.
yeah, it's about right.
Mhm.
That methodology.
I didn't
Sometimes
say anything about it being about right. I just said I go out in
No.
the hall because then I can be the far side.
it's not about being right. It's about being done. Different.
You sound like an integrator.
Well,
Is that not what we're talking about?
And Mark,
Oh,
I'm sure
no.
you're familiar with this. It's not just about being done. It's about being done in time for them to drive back to the shop before 5 p.m.
Correct.
Yeah,
Which means we have to
Yes.
leave today by 1.
Right.
because we have
Show
to
up at
unload
9,
too.
and we
Yeah,
gotta
we
be
have
out
to
of here
unload,
by
that's
1.
right.
Yeah.
Have you all ever had an integrator designate their punch list time as part of the original bid? Like,
Oh, no,
our
that
punch
sounds
list is
horrible.
Going to last a week. Have you ever had
Sounds
that?
fanciful.
No,
How do you know? It could be a
Right.
day. It could be a month. Depends how bad you screwed up.
I was gonna say,
Why
they're
are you
gonna-
designating a week in your bid to punch out?
well, so Justin,
That's
have a
alarming.
they have a commissioning engineer who comes out to do the punch list, but right before that, they have a decommissioning technician who goes around and breaks shit.
but
Keep
just
that other
enough.
guy busy. Yeah.
I'm just
When
going to
you
loosen
fix
all the
things,
cap to screw connectors. That's all I'm
I've
doing
got to
in this
punch
room.
it out, and then you fix more stuff, and then every time you touch it, I've got to repunch it because
Right.
it could be a month, could be 2 months of punch out. And in some cases, with recent
Maybe.
buildings, it could be 2 years.
Maybe they should
Take them
attend the
2 years to
SynodCon
punch?
training and figure out how to get this shit
That
right.
sounds like an employee.
Nobody
You guys
knows
don't-
who signed off on these systems, and we're wondering when the warranty.
That's by
starts.
design, sir. That's
Yeah.
not. That's
Uh-huh.
That's a feature, not a bug.
not. Yes, exactly.
We're divergent on a different show, and I think we need to track back.
So go get your SynodCon training. That's in
Yeah.
course
It's where do we
catalog
start
now.
with this conversation.
Yeah, so SynodCon available through AVSF. So highly recommended. Light
I
that
think it's
up
like
for
10
everyone on
RU
your
or something like
staff.
that, isn't it? It's a chunk of RUs.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Some of their courses are 8 or 10 RU per course, I think.
It should be. It's a lot of class time.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's generally rough numbers on RUs. It's based on contact hours. So if you spend 1 hour in contact hours, so a webinar or something, it's 1 RU. But I think these are multi-day courses, so you're getting 12,
guys.
16, 24 hours, et cetera. So
It's a lot.
it's a chunk, and it takes some time. It is a commitment, but your brain will be
That
full
pesky
of
Teams one I
audio.
did for weeks on end.
Did you do it over Teams? Oh, they should do that. Should
I
teach
did that one.
audio
It was
over
recorded
Teams.
over Teams.
Yeah.
It's-
Sending everybody some AirPods. Put these in, and now
Yes.
you can't tell anything.
I didn't know if it was like a product presentation or what it really was, but it's 10 RU. Say that.
All right. So we do have a second news story
We sure
that we're going
do.
to sneak in here. The news story is about us because we like stories about,
Not about us,
Is.
as much as it is about them. mentioning us.
So Larry, you brought this one forth. Let's see. I have a LinkedIn post. Is it that one?
Yes.
Yep,
Okay,
it's
so-
that one.
So this is a LinkedIn post, and links to that and the previous story are in the episode description there. And this comes from Rebecca Gingle in I believe she's in Germany, and she's talking about how she was working on her CTS, and she blames us for acting as a barometer of how AV nonsense is done in the U.S. So first of all, Rebecca, thank you for listening. Get us an address. We'll get you a whole bunch of swag and
Hey,
random
we're
stuff sent your way.
international.
Of course we are.
Of course we are. We are hated worldwide. But she used us as a barometer to know, like, when she finally decided, I know enough
I'm
because
ready.
I understand what these idiots are talking about.
Yes.
Is that
So
fair,
you're
Larry?
centric.
If you can understand X amount of our language, then you are ready for the CTS. Go get it.
And she passed, so hey.
And she passed. Yeah. So it worked.
So yeah,
Congratulations.
highly recommended. Anyone who's studying for your CTS, please go back and listen to our entire back catalog. And at a certain point, things will stop making
Study
sense.
guide.
Exactly.
Yes.
Congratulations on the CTS. And yes, we will have Justin ship some stuff worldwide for you.
I wonder if we made a special CTS study guide if anyone would listen to it.
Yeah, we can do that.
That'd be fun.
There's probably no product infringement or anything to worry
No.
about either.
I'm pretty
As
sure
I'm
that
wearing
Oh
my-
man, I can see
just
You're not
about
wearing these
right
shirts
is not
just
in
because they're
there.
in my closet. I'm not
the
As I'm
non-sanctioned
redeveloping
CTS
the
guide.
study guide.
We're
as
going to talk
explained
about
by the
project
AVSF.
management process.
What this really
Yeah.
means, guys, is that you don't really need to do that.
It's,
Like that's
is it what's on the test or what happens real life? Because neither one of them.
So don't listen
Connect.
to your PMs. They lie to you. All right, no.
yeah, we would be the
Go
worst.
ahead, use the
worst
terms that are in that chapter.
Sure.
There is math, but it doesn't really matter.
No. Hey. Enough of that.
Hey, I think there's something to be said for understanding that the math is important, but then ignoring it.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
I'm
Under
like,
Justin's skin here with this physics and math talk. Okay.
just
Yeah,
let
but
me
I,
use the
I
calculator.
know I should be doing it differently, but I don't have time or the budget to do it. So watch this.
Saw this in a cartoon once. I can do it.
It makes me angry.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to stall as I'm trying to upload a file here for Jamie. Jamie,
Okay.
where do these slates go? Is it in media assets?
Overlay.
Jeez, you're giving away all the
Overlay.
secrets
Oh,
behind the
is it
scenes here.
commercial time?
Highly oiled machine.
Oh,
So
are we
this
doing
is-
the new commercial first?
No. I'm just trying to get this stuff in
Is
there.
this
and see
the
if that
planning
works.
show
Oh.
or is this the real show?
This is how we
I
do
am
things.
so
I
far
here.
behind.
told you all
Operate.
this was going to be bad.
All right.
This
It's not
good.
bad. This is on brand.
This is a
So,
So,
multi-dollar
are we talking
operation, Justin.
furniture or layer one? What are we doing here?
We're doing CCI here in a minute. So
I was like, you confused me once you started uploading shit. I'm like,
I'm
I have it set
trying to
up.
do
All
things
right.
on the fly and prep. So all
Ah,
right. Well, anyway, yeah. So congrats
Hollywood
to
magic.
Rebecca. We suggest everyone uses the same methodology. Listen to our entire back catalog while you study for your CTS. Ignore all the math, and it will all make sense at some point.
You know, I think she's probably just more intelligent because if she's in Germany and listening to us, she's got to translate that shit too. So good job.
No, we do a German version.
Yeah,
We do?
That's what we're gonna do right after the show. We're gonna do it all in German again.
Yeah, it's right after this. Then
My
we do the Spanish
ancestors
one.
will be proud of me.
What do you mean she has to translate it?
Well, if she's a German speaker and she has to translate our idiocy from English, then she has to translate it.
But you don't
Look,
think she can
in
speak two languages? And
It's
that's
still
just
difficult. Hey, look,
what?
Kentuckyism doesn't get in the books. Like they don't study Kentucky words.
Amy, just go to commercial.
I quit.
All right.
I'm out. I'm moving.
We'll be back in 1 minute and 14 seconds. But first, here's a
It's
word
called
from me.
bilingual. It's not
All right.
translation at that point.
I'm just going to run this. You guys deal with it.
Good Lord.
The AV SuperFriends are supported by Computer Comforts, and they've got a brand new product hitting the lineup. Last year, CCI's Evolve Lectern was a big hit, a push-button power table combined with a super flexible AV cabinet. But let's be honest, not every room needs 24 units of rack space. Shocking, I know. And that's where the new AV Hub comes in. It's a lighter, more space-efficient solution for classrooms that still need real AV infrastructure. You get 8 units of rack space, and the whole thing sits only about 10 inches off the wall, which makes it a great fit when you're pairing it with a sit-stand power table instead of building a massive lectern footprint into the room. And this wasn't designed in isolation. The AV Hub was developed in collaboration with Texas State University, so it's built around real higher ed classrooms and real deployment needs. And that means fewer compromises, cleaner installs, and way less, why is this furniture the size of a refrigerator? If you want to see photos, specs, and all the details, head over to computercomforts.com/AV-hub. That's the new AV Hub from Computer Comforts. Purpose-built, space-efficient, and designed for how classrooms actually work. And thanks again to Computer Comforts for supporting the AV SuperFriends.
You know, Chris, I've never noticed this before, but
What?
you kind of read that like it was a Michael Bay movie trailer.
That's called a dramatic read, buddy. You want me to just like fart my way through it next time?
It's a lectern. I don't know. It just sounds explosive.
It's what it is, man.
All right, I'm going to do another version that's
Yeah.
even more dramatic with explosions.
That's what it is. Now it's on. We're gonna take the weirdest thing and make them as over the top as we can.
Well, why not? I mean, isn't that
Exactly. Why not? Whew. Here we go. Okay. What in the hell are we talking about? What
It's
is
the
going on
AV.
here?
It's the AV Hub from Computer
Talking
Comforts.
we're talking about space. We need to get back on track.
Final frontier.
Everybody's tuning out.
Apparently, you are, but
Cut here,
All right.
man.
so for our first topic, we want to talk about space. And Larry, did you just clap? Larry just clapped for the topic.
He wants to get rolling
I've been
here.
dealing with space management stuff for a while, so I'm excited.
We're going to talk about space ownership, and by which we mean not, outer space, inner space, because outer space is owned by Russia, and inner space owned by
Oh,
Dennis
you
Quaid.
remember that movie?
Yeah.
Inner space?
With Dennis Quaid.
Oh my God.
All right. So we're talking specifically about a couple different scenarios. We all have whatever you want to call them: general pool, general inventory, general scheduled
What
spaces.
does that mean?
We all don't have those.
What does that even
No,
mean?
we don't have those.
You weirdos. Okay. I've worked at every university,
Except for mine.
and every university has them. But they also have these departmental spaces, and then you get into this weird model of are they supported or not, or who pays for it, and all that stuff. So let's go around the horn first.
Let's go around that horn.
Do we have multiple classifications of a classroom teaching, learning, academic space? And then keep in mind that the students who are taking classes and paying money to be in there don't care who owns it. They just want to get they want to participate in their classes. So do we all have multiple categorizations, or how does this work? Mark says he has only 2, and I know
Mark's
that.
going
Probably
first.
you guys
Mark's
are going to
lying.
say you're lying because you're going to have at
You're
least more
lying.
complicated. General purpose, which is registrar owned, controlled. They schedule what's in there. They're also covered by centralized funding for refresh. And then there's departmental, which is not registrar owned. Registrar does not schedule on them. Each of the individual colleges on university are allowed to do what they want in those spaces and pay for those spaces. Now, as part of Central, you have like 160 some odd, and then there's actually 300 some odd, whatever, departmental. That's the rough breakdown. So, federal dollars versus state dollars.
Does it actually break down that way, or is it just based on purely who owns them?
Does what break down?
I mean, the funding wise, because I'm not sure it's that clear cut.
For the most part, yes, it does. I mean, there's a historical nuance that will muddy that up as we get further along in this conversation. But
This gets
I
muddy
think
real fast.
that's the playing board that's laid out. We have some of these states are all here, and then these ones are all federal, and so that's how it works. And I think in a perfect world, it would be as cut and dry as that. But more on that shortly. Larry, what do you have?
Yeah. Larry, what's going on in your weird school?
Yeah, my
Everything's as
school
hot
is a
as
little
August
weird in
attic.
this. Like, in theory, I have the same setup as Mark, where I have general inventory rooms and then I have departmental spaces. But we also use a formula that determines whether a departmental space becomes a covered space. And if it becomes a covered space, then
Wait.
we start.
What the hell does that mean? Back up.
Covered
Covered
with a
means it is
outdoor class.
fully supported, and we replace the equipment every 8 years on the replacement cycle.
Ooh, we're
When
gonna get
you're
into that
done.
further. We're gonna get into that further.
So, yeah.
So a third category has emerged.
A third, which is a weird
This
mixture of the two.
liminal period where it's not quite general purpose, but not quite departmental.
And what's odd is, according to our space management and registrar, we should not be having any groups in that third category, the one that is strictly departmental spaces. Like those.
Next, you're going to tell me that's actually the largest group.
It is not. It is the smallest, and it's getting smaller every year. But like, if a
Which
room has
direction are they
enough
going?
credit hours to become a covered space, then that, and we'll get into this later, but that involves state funding, and so therefore we
This
need to
shows
move as
only-
many of those departmental classes to those spaces.
So is that the direction? No, like you have department spaces, and as they become more mature and lose money, they become covered spaces
If a
out of ownership.
It's basically, we're trying to determine where classes are for safety, security, but also for the funding model.
Grand
That
class.
if a room is classified as a classroom, we have classes. If it's classified as a conference room, we should not be having classes there. We should move those students somewhere else.
Okay,
Who's
let's pause.
me?
Let's pause there for a minute because I think there's going to be a
It's-
lot of nuance
Larry
there.
himself goes around. Hey,
Yeah.
get out.
Get out of there.
Larry, it's complicated, Larry.
It is, seriously.
Oh, mhm.
Okay. Chris, what do you look like real quick? Let's come to you early. We don't get to you early enough in the show. We
Yeah,
always come to you
usually I
last.
get the last little bit there. I only have 2 classifications. No, wait, no, there's 3. Well, there's sort of a 4th one, and then people just ignore all the rules. So
2, but maybe 4.
You're giving me a hard time.
we have 2 official categorizations with a third that people still use, and then they complain about it. So the official ones are general pool, owned by nobody, owned by the institution, available for anybody. And then we have department shared. And they deliberately, and right before I got there in 2021, they deliberately retitled that department shared. And they even went through a full, university regulation to actually get it done deliberately to say departments get priority. But if the room is available and unscheduled, others could be scheduled in there, which leads to the ever popular debate of there were other classes in there too, they should pay for it. And then it becomes this whole, debate about how we fund it and who's responsible for it and all that stuff. The third one that we have is department owned, because there used to be two classifications of department and they got rid of the department owned. So what departments have started doing is simply taking rooms officially offline, but then to Larry's point, holding classes in there anyway, because it's their room and no one else can be in there. So it's a fun time.
Okay. Tracking. I think we all have, well, at least the three that I see in the top part of this quadrant have similar working classifications. Now it's different. Jamie, since you're up here in the top, now you're back on the bottom. What are you looking like, sir?
Well, the base level is the same, right? It's the general pool and departmentally owned. Now we have created an in-between also.
Oh.
Where it is a departmental space, but they have a centralized. They have a centralized agreement so that they own the space, but central IT, central IS, we do take care of it. There is some funding that goes along with that.
Okay.
Along with so they kind of fall within the normal updates and stuff. And if it's outside. If their needs are outside of what we would typically put into a classroom, then they have to pay the above and beyond price. Mm-hmm. So if typically we put in a regular projector and a 130-inch screen, but they decided they wanted some kind of DV LED, well, that's twice the cost. They have to come up with the delta of that. And then we do have, there is another tier. It's athletics, and nobody has time for that. So
ain't no one got time for that.
Department. I'm curious about that, but I want to come back to that because I think there's an interesting take on that delta between piece that you mentioned there.
We do the same thing
there. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets messy, but it doesn't. But it does. I do think we can come back to that.
Defer to that in a moment because I want to get to Mr. Justin here because I think he's going to have.
Mine's
he's going to be
easy.
right in line with everything we have. Right.
First,
Justin?
you say y'all are crazy.
Y'all, I wish I was y'all, but no.
Are you sure?
We have something called the ramp model, and you might have heard me talk
Here
about
we go.
that before.
Here we go.
And I'll make this short.
Consultants.
But the ramp model stands for Resource Allocation, Management, and Planning.
I like how every time you describe that, you're looking off the side so you can read.
I'm reading because I never understand how it actually works. So I want to make sure that I tell the world how it's supposed to work. It's a decentralized budgeting system, meaning that every department owns their own space, no matter what. And so when you think about that,
every man for himself
in scale, what does that do? Well, if departments are paying rent for the square footage they own, including classrooms and office space and conference rooms, what would you do as a department if you want to save money? Well, this isn't mine anymore because we don't need it. And so you have a lot of.
But before you go on there, sir.
Okay.
Are you leading me to believe that your departments are leasing their space from the university?
Kind of, in a way.
Just joking.
Like there's electricity and water bills and stuff. And
is this a pyramid scheme?
I mean, yeah,
maybe.
So you're telling me that's like, sure, you can rent this entire business complex.
So there's
and remodel it yourself, but I own it.
There's some fee taken out of your budget so what happened recently? So we had the cabling group manager of IT was downstairs in an office, and there was two cabling technicians in the office next door, and we share a building with journalism and broadcasting. So we were mandated by the provost office that, hey, we need to move, and this space now belongs to J&B. And we did that, and they're like, we don't want that space because now we got to pay for it. We've condensed and made all our stuff smaller to lower our budget. So now it's this fighting of space, but in reverse, where it's like, no, we don't want that.
Do you lower the ceilings too?
Yeah.
Cubic feet or just square foot?
It's not cubic foot. It's square foot. Not cubic foot.
I love the fact that you have a department called J&B.
Journalism,
Journalism,
broadcasting.
I know, I get
or
you,
media.
but I'm just saying that's a
Like
very
it's
like
media now. They changed names and rebranded. I was thinking the old name.
it's
but
a very
whatever.
like Kentucky-esque kind of
That's what I was gonna
abbreviation.
say. It's very like that's
School of Media.
all over there.
I would suggest Joe Bro, but no one seems to want to go with that.
School of Media. I don't know.
So
what
does
happens?
every
with-
space have to be occupied and owned by some department?
That's where I get a little cloudy. So if it's not owned by a department, the university owns it and it sits empty, and we're still paying. I don't know who. What you just sits empty? I don't
Maybe
really
you write that
know.
off.
Do you have
Just write it off.
Do you have classrooms in said gray area of space by chance?
Well,
Just
every
curious.
space is
That's
bathrooms are in that space. Yeah, I
Do you have
everything
spaces
is-
that are non-owned by a department? They're just kind of like hanging out.
No,
mothballs?
everything's owned by a department, whether they like it or not. And so
or
it's-
not. Yeah, that's the.
I think
They
that's the
assign it to him
problem. I
with a
think
dartboard.
that's
That's what I
where
was
it's
asking.
like,
It's like no. Somebody's got to pay for this.
your
education
Your name
policy.
came up on the list, so-
We pulled you out. You're paying for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what happens there is, since IT doesn't get any funding to keep classrooms, there's no refresh cycle, right? Because it's up to every department to create their own refresh cycle because it's their money. It's
We're going to
they
transition into
own
the
that
refresh
money.
business, which is going to get interesting.
We're going to
across the board.
empower
Yeah.
you.
So think about that when you're trying to upgrade things. When something, so now you all know why we only upgrade when things die, because it's all based upon who controls the money, and
How
every
do you
department controls
support
that money.
that though? Like that just blows
Reactively.
my mind. Like,
It's
what's your
reactive. It's
SLAs for all these different schools? Are they the same?
SLAs.
Well,
What the
that's-
fancy.
So
They
we
don't
always
SLAs, we got
prioritize
MOUs
academics
now.
over athletics and all of the other
Uh-huh.
stuff, of course. But we do all AV. I mean, we support the football stadium. We support esports now. We support classrooms all across
could
the
probably
academic side.
Hold that thread of what support means, because I don't think
Well,
it means
this
replacing all of
isn't
your
that
stuff.
show.
I think it means
Doesn't mean what you think it means.
yeah.
This is why we get into the support ticket versus project debate, and that it all
There we go.
leads from the funding model of how things are funded. And so depending on the college you go to, some colleges may care more about their classroom experience than others. Others don't want to update unless something breaks. So you could be sitting there, and this is why we have 40 to 60 MPS 100 still in production, because they're
That
like,
number's
we
going
don't,
up. Since you
Yeah,
this
first started
works.
talking,
We don't
you're
want to
getting
pay
two
for
more
a
of
new
those
one.
every year. Yeah.
And IT's, we're looked at as the used car salesman. Like, no, I need to get you in this new DMPS. Even though that was
trying to
just
sell
New
new
it.
Which
DMPS.
is also
New to
pretty
you.
fun.
Sweet
It's
MPS.
new to
I like how
you.
you're going to move into something which is also
You know,
pretty
this
cool.
is, it's got fancy leather on the inside. I get a good commission off this
This
shit.
was
too.
That voids the warranty.
weird.
Yo, we don't care about warranty.
You have a
Does
DMPS
it
with
work or
leather?
not? Can
Not-
I drive
I don't
this
want to
thing
talk
home?
about what you can afford today. That's not what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
See if I can
yeah.
get you
Mark,
on
we
the-
can extend those payments.
Yeah, we can
get that
we'll
monthly
yes.
down.
And some colleges are, hey, we want to kind of forecast out what it's going to take to upgrade this building in a couple of years. We know the stuff's getting old. We're seeing higher failure rates. Help us work through a budgeting model and help us plan things out. Now, you might
That
hear
goes
me
over
talk
well.
a lot about the worst side. I mean, there's good colleges that operate in an intelligent manner, but
Sounds like you all just bootstrapping everything. You're all like, you got to pick yourself up and you got to.
this is why we don't have any standards. So we have
money.
we only have one category, and it's all department owned space.
Okay.
Athletics owns their own, biology owns their own,
Departments.
and they also fight within the college. So the college might be forced, Dean, this is your room. Dean's like, I don't know, I don't want it, and then Dean's got to say,
Somebody's got to
What
take
it's-
it.
one
that
of
is
you
such an
department
that's
heads
such
is
an-
going to take
We
this
roll
room,
the
or you're
dice
going
and
to get
you're,
beat
you're
today.
5. That's you.
That's
Yeah.
such a backwards argument.
And so
Everywhere else, it's
now-
like,
Yeah.
no, it's mine. You can't
Yeah.
have it.
Now, well, so there might be some people that fight for space that have money to pay for it. Like there's departments that have a
Rockefellers
lot of
come in,
money
yeah.
based upon, and it's the
the
money you
Vanderbilts
get is
again.
based upon enrollment, credit hour, production, performance, and institutional priorities.
Yeah.
Based upon whatever the dean needs.
Meanwhile, English is meeting out on the quad because that's the only free
You can't
spot.
afford any actual.
So you can
Covered
imagine like
spaces.
the religious studies rooms aren't as good as the nursing rooms because nursing has a lot of money on campus.
They can pray.
So that's why our standards don't really exist across the entire campus. It's so if you go within a college and you don't leave that college, your learning opportunities and experience are about the same. But if you go to different ones, then that gets to be a problem.
Who of you has
Yeah.
the upset dogs right now?
Yeah, they're going crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Are they upset about ramp? Is that
Upset about the ramp model. Okay, so we Justin, you talked about it a little bit here. I think I want to finish the support piece of this because I think this gets really interesting.
Well, Larry used the
Hold
phrase
on a
covered.
second. I got to.
Covered. Yeah, go take care of those dogs.
And I wanted to bring it. So, Larry, you lumped covered together, and you lumped in. It sounded like technical support and funding when say a space is covered.
Covered.
So, do you have any spaces where you still provide technical support, but you ain't paying for nothing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we support every room across campus.
Okay, that's what I thought was
but
weird.
the SLA is different. If it's a covered space,
Does it say
which
when we
is
feel like it?
which is designated by space management and the registrar as somewhere they should be having classes, then we have an understanding that we're going to be boots on the ground there 10 minutes after a call is in. We're going to try to, if we can't fix it remotely. If they're holding a class in a conference room, we're going to do our best, but they made the choice to meet there. And that same 10-minute response may or may not happen.
So if someone's doing that in a space they're not supposed to be in, do you just call campus PD about that?
No, I mean, we'll go and help them, but a lot of times the instructor who was assigned to that space doesn't know that they're not supposed to be there, that's not an actual classroom. And so we have to have that conversation.
So did they
impromptu
class schedule in a room they're not supposed to be in?
Students know.
Students don't know at all. And that's the problem. That's why we still end up going there right away.
It happens a lot, like where if technology dies in a classroom.
I'm going to set up my class in this room here.
Well, if technology dies in a classroom, or if the classroom's hot and they see a classroom open down the hall, they'll just move down the hall and teach out of that one.
Well,
or in our scenario, like they were assigned somewhere else. They didn't want to go there. They know that their conference room is open during that time. So they just let the class know and the registrar know that we're going to meet here. And,
yeah.
And so, yeah,
it happens a lot.
A lot of autonomy.
No, Justin, to your point, to your scenario, I understand that like there's something going on in this room or it's too hot or whatever. But it's the scheduled ones in spaces where they shouldn't be scheduling that baffles me because
it's weird. Yeah.
How do you pull that one off?
They have the ability to adjust their schedule after the registrar makes it. And that's where that freedom is.
Why wouldn't the registrar at that point be like, no?
Well, that's what we're working through right now to come up with a defined list of what is allowed on our website.
Why can't a class be in a smaller
utilization?
space?
It's not a smaller space. It is the
it's accountability also. The registrar
facilities
is supposed to know all your students are all at all.
Whoa, that's not.
Safety.
But you're like, well, if they're not in a classroom, if they're in a conference room, whoa. Why can't we have a conference room that hosts a class?
We can if it's a seminar room. Yeah. There is a facilities inventory and classification manual that identifies rooms on campus by codes.
Yep.
This sounds like you guys went through a very, very long process of governance.
Well, there's federal and state
you
regulations.
You have a Bible of rules, Larry, on who can even step into a damn room.
No, I can share with you what the codes are, and I can say exactly that what codes qualify as being covered spaces.
How many codes you got?
What's a 498?
498. Give me a second, and I will look it up. But I know, like,
restroom handicap accessible.
I mean, I understand why we have to have some accountability of where things are, but
it's state funding. I mean, that's what it's tied to.
If we have
we got a lot of state funding. We don't do that dumb stuff, but
yeah, but you do ramp. That's worse.
Justin,
No,
we don't give it back out. We just take it.
I just don't think we draw as black and white lines there. I mean, if a conference room / seminar room, they're exactly the same.
They are not
Nobody
exactly
gives
the same.
two
Different
craps.
codes, sir. Yeah.
Put them in there. Who cares? Let's go.
Okay.
If it's the best space for them, let's do it. Let's use it.
I'm not saying operationally they're not the same, but those are
there's
two
a lot
different
of rules
spaces.
in North Carolina.
So
It's not North Carolina, man. It's everywhere.
It's federal too.
It's a federal thing.
yeah, there are national codes for like the way that use case breaks down. When you say support, though, I want to kind of support.
He just said boots on the ground. They just go by, they drop some shoes and they leave.
Yeah.
So we have a call center that is dedicated to presentation support here.
Is that called presentation support?
Oddly
We
enough,
do
it
not.
is.
What
Yes.
if I'm presenting in a huddle space?
No.
Go ahead.
Why would you do that? Where would you stand on the table?
Why
Like
would
it's
you
a
have
huddle space.
spaces? I'm going to collect all those and distribute them around the quad.
Our presentation support center will take calls from any space, right? And so
Well, it's a phone, so yeah.
Yeah.
Picking it up and saying hello.
But
Got you.
In,
Step
in,
one.
What up?
in previous shows, you all have mentioned that you're paying for any service provided to departmental spaces. Maybe not on this
Wait,
show,
what?
but
Who? Huh?
What? What are you
Eh?
talking about?
Not really.
No.
Who?
I mean,
Yes, really.
do you have a pay for support model
No.
that rolls out for your departmental spaces that are non-covered or non-central?
only if I have to replace equipment.
You have to break
I
fix
will.
them.
Yeah, if something's
Well, is
broken
this-
and I need to get it fixed, they're
Is
paying
this
for that.
what we
That's a
actually
project,
do,
Larry.
or
Get the
Yeah.
project going.
or
See,
what?
this is
Because
interesting
I do
because-
have spaces where I'm like, well, our medical school is a little disconnected from the rest of Central.
Mhm.
No, if I have to show up there, it's an hourly rate.
But will you,
Like, if I
will
have
you
to
attempt-
back
will
support
attempt
you,
to do like
that's-
tier one,
you're getting paid.
support, like remote stuff, or is it we got to call? You got a thing sitting up there. It's like any numbers from these rooms. You do not answer that call.
That's a lot of
No.
paperwork, Jamie.
Not officially, Mark, but we do have a thing called the Brett No list, where a guy has told us not to come over there. So those are great.
Those happen every once in a while.
Yeah,
I get that.
With all of ours
Status
coming
room.
through
All right,
the
whatever.
central ticketing
Mhm.
system, that's a lot easier to keep track of.
But you're not doing that
Um,
tier 0, tier 1 intercept. You don't have a call center or anything like that.
No, because that just creates confusion and problems.
Okay.
or efficiencies, depending.
Okay. So it's generally making sure things are operational within that like short window, maybe not break fix. That stuff's kind of you're washing all that stuff out. That's everybody equal access across the board. Doesn't matter if you're department or centralized or covered in some interest. Larry
Well,
seemed to have a different. There's some.
So I can
friction
say
here.
not from a strictly technical support, not purchasing stuff, not installing
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
whatever.
we're not deploying here. That's
And I
what-
do, though I do say
That's called a project.
you're exactly. I will say I have hot swaps available to keep stuff going, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Belt and suspenders, and here's some duct tape. But from a strictly support, hey, we're having a class, wherever they are, however they got in there, whatever window they crawled through to pop open a door and leave something propped open, whatever. We support every space on campus. Now, what we do is we triage depending on availability and what spaces they're in, and we will go to the general pool support rooms first. It's rare that we get, first week of class is a little different, but it's rare that you get multiple tickets all like ring-a-ding-ding all at once, but throughout the day. I use that as part of my carrot and stick model to get people to work with IT on projects, as Justin said there. Hey, do it my way. You get free support forever. You can go buy your own thing and build your own unicorns, but I'm going to recommend you get yourself a service contract with them, and good luck calling Amazon to have them come out and fix that. So that's part of our model here is even though we have all these different official and unofficial designations and different places where people can be teaching an academic course, if there's students involved in an activity going on in space,
Teaching
we
and
will
learning
support
happening.
it.
Yeah.
But it's based on availability of staff, and there is no charge for that.
And Mark, to kind of go with that, like everyone can call us and we will go and do the best we can. But the officially covered spaces do have intercoms that go straight to our help desk.
Ooh, cool.
And so there's someone to answer that immediately.
Is that only allowed for the covered spaces, or could a department have that same feature?
Working on something right now where they can buy into that if they want to, just to
Oh, money.
spread that farther.
Money. Yes.
That
Okay.
sounds like
called
a
the
lot
ramp
of
intercom.
overhead.
Okay. And so going into like, okay, we're going to replace this thing. Everything in here needs to be replaced. Kentucky, you guys got magic money. You're actually going to do this. Are you driving centralized standard through those departmental spaces? And if so,
do our
do you have
best to.
success in that endeavor?
So we try the where it starts and where it also breaks down is when we start talking budget. And so there was some culture in the past few years where we're not allowed to ask budget. We're not allowed to ask budget. And
What?
and
How do you
that's been
design
changed.
around that?
Oh, it's been tough.
Feelings, Larry.
But now it's been changed where it's like, and we always get we're just looking for money. We're just looking for money. And we're starting to press a little bit more like, we're not your Amazon shopping cart. You all ask us to design this big magic thing, and you're shopping to see where you're going to find money in the future. And so there's been this work breakdown structure of trying to figure out how to not spend so much time developing a budget estimate for someone, especially if they're not serious and they're just shopping for grants, let's say. Oh, we're going to look for a grant in 2029. It's like, then why the hell did I spend all this time
That happens.
doing,
I-
you know?
We get requests coming. Hey, we're trying to make sure we're getting the correct budget.
But this is
numbers
like
and things.
generic classrooms. This is
Yeah,
like
it's
general purpose classrooms,
So
Mark.
let's pretend that it costs 10 grand. Okay, so
Exactly.
that's too much.
You got to have that
And
conversation.
so
Right.
we stopped that conversation. It's like, okay, you're gonna have to find more. And then a lot of the times, you know, we're meeting about an upgrade because there was a ticket. Like, hey, we got to update this projector, and it's tied to a MPS 100. And we try to convince them to spend a little bit more money. Otherwise, you're probably gonna have this same failure tomorrow
MPS
or in a
200.
week. Or eventually, this thing's gonna die, and you're gonna be hosed. And they're like, we don't have the money. We just need the projector. All right, here's your projector cost. Holy crap!
Mhm.
There's just one on, like, we found one for $500. We don't support that. And so you got to go through this conversation every time.
So I think we've had a
Every
lot of
time you
success.
meet with faculty and their departments, you have to talk, because it could be you're not meeting with the dean or the central office.
You're meeting
You know,
with
you're
an
meeting
office
with
worker
all these
whose
different
perception
people.
of like enterprise budgeting is like $1,000. Oh my God, that's
We only
way
have
too expensive.
$5,000 in our account left over for the year.
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
well,
So I
you
get
have 20 classrooms to support. What are you doing?
But that's how much I'm going to pocket.
Right. So, have any of you, we've had some success. I'm wondering if
And
you
they
guys-
can't save money.
Mileage
Here's
may
the other
vary.
problem with all this. You all
can't roll it
know
over.
the
It's
fiscal
expensive.
year, you can't roll over your money. And so when a department has to save money, they have to jump through hoops to make sure they get permission.
it makes every
a big
May and June
project.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And any leftover money goes to who? The king.
Me.
Central.
What?
Central University.
What is happening in Kentucky?
Wait a minute. So you have like
You're
a
the
monopoly
king?
bank that like gives out all this money, and you're like, if you don't spend it, it becomes mine again.
There
that
was
what
never
happens?
a king before.
Wow. Okay.
There's always a king, Larry.
Is it the hilltopper, the purple dude?
Oh, is that
We're not
King?
purple.
Grimace. It's
Grimace,
Grimace.
cousin guy?
Grimace.
He's red.
Red Grimace.
Whatever he is.
It's kind of like Red Hulk.
He's a hill. He's
Sure.
a big hill.
It's
Sure
all
is.
those red hills that I've seen.
Yes.
So we have actually more departmental spaces that we support than we do as centralized spaces.
Oh yeah, by far.
Due to the success of like our standards. Because usually that is like, yes, we want to be a part of your support network. What do we have to do to be in that support network? And it's like, well, you build out the standard configuration. Pick one of the 18 standards we have, doesn't matter. And just put that in there and you'll be a part of our support. Do you all see that similar approach
yeah.
in your universities?
It's really weird with us with the College of Business that just happened, because
Always
I
the
feel
college.
like
Oh boy.
now
Here we
with
go.
everything that played out,
Free dinner.
people are really
We almost
valuing
got
our
that free
support.
dinner. I kind of felt like we
Well, what
needed
happened
that.
is someone signed off that it was done or maybe not done. And so we think that,
Is that
not
on the
sure that
form?
the support
Done
runs
or
out
maybe not
this
done?
August.
Hmm.
And
How
so
do they
no one
value your
really-
support when you all were just outside the window staring in?
We don't really know who's going to support that. And we did one room, so we support that one room in there, but the others are just hanging loose, and we're not really sure what's going to happen. So it's like best
days
effort
of our
kind of
lives.
thing.
This project's going to go on forever. We're
It's gonna
Yeah.
make, it's gonna make an entire refresh cycle.
Well, now we're
It will.
debating, like, okay, well, we're gonna redo this over the summer and winters, and we're like, what do you know that if we do that, it's gonna take 7 to 8 years? What are you talking about? This is a two-way street. If you want these rooms redone because you're so unhappy with them and unhappy with the performance, you're gonna have to move classes around so we can get to them in the semester. Yeah, we're gonna.
That's
You
why we
want it
built
done
this- we
quicker
needed
than
this building
5
for
years? It's-
capacity, Justin. We can't move these classes.
Well, I know there's empty classrooms over
There's
You
a
there.
could work
seminar
on it
room.
on Tuesday afternoons and Friday afternoons. Will that work?
We can, but don't expect the stuff to work the next morning. You know,
And they haven't leased those empty classrooms either, so that's a problem.
no, they own that space now because they moved in, and that's.
And we need these working by next Tuesday because we have events in here at night. So
Mhm.
By the way, just as an aside, not to derail us, has anyone ever done a project like that where you do updates or something around the events that are happening in the rooms? You keep
Yeah,
Yep.
It's
not
terrible.
fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we did it once, and like my team came to me and like, we will murder you. If
You know what? The only way to succeed in that is if you have someone sitting in the room during that event.
Yeah.
like to manage the AV when it breaks down so they can get in the back end.
Not worth the headache.
No. So we lucked out. It was a room where the orientation was changing. It was a weird like bowling alley room, and we were like over here. So we were building all the stuff over here, but we couldn't physically be in there because there was classes going, and we worked around that. And over the course, we took a project that should have been like maybe a day, maybe
Takes a
2,
month.
and now it took like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh my god, never again. So yeah.
By the
I've
time
had
you
better
make a
success
mess, you have
telling
to clean it
departments we
up.
can do your room next week, but get everybody out of there, and they find room for them. I don't know where they go.
That's our policy, Chris.
You go to
Like,
the
you want it
parking lot.
done during the semester, you can jump in line because
Work your
we're
body on
scheduled
time.
out
Okay.
for winter break
I believe
already.
you.
So.
There you go. Okay.
I had a couple other nuances here that we brought up as we were kind of coming up with this topic, and we didn't get into them, nor do we really have time so much. But what about departments who inherit spaces they didn't initially pay for, but then suddenly, when it is due for either repair, replacement, refresh, whatever that may be, now they're on the hook for it, and they push back on that. What do you
Well-
mean we have to pay for this?
What happens here is that we paid for this. We're going to take it with us.
Well, so that's my next
And
one
our
is-
room is twice as big, so all this stuff's going
We're
to
just gonna
fit,
move it.
right?
Move it in there, Justin.
What
Make
happens
it
with
work.
people who are in that sort of weird, carpetbagger scenario, but also in temporary spaces where, we're remodeling our building. We're only here for 2 years, so we need stuff in this building, but then we're going to take it with us
But it's
and install it
temporary.
over here.
We don't want to pay for it because we're not going to be here for long.
Right.
Well, they don't want to pay for it twice until you
Right.
realize there's been delays, and now it's 4 years later, and like all that stuff's very old.
And
So-
I start to think about things like, well, are you going to take those lights with you? You're
Take the
paying for those
chairs.
lights. So
There's
why
a
do
there's a
you-
different variant of this as well.
I'm taking up these
Why
carpet
do you
squares,
think
that's
that
for
you
sure.
can take this projector that's mounted just the same way as that light next to it?
Do any of you have surge spaces on your campus?
Yes.
So this is always
Overflow?
interesting when groups are doing a remodel or something of their space, and they move into another space that they're not going to be inhabiting for long, and it
Think
has those are technically like general purpose style rooms that they're in. I love when I get calls be like, "Hey, we'd like to have this room redone." It's like, well, what do you mean? It's not your room. Well, we want to, can
Well,
you guys
we're
come
in it.
change all this stuff? It's like, no.
Mark,
Yes.
think about that process at our university where one department will have things they set up and they want in their classroom and they're forced to move into that transition building. You're like, what the hell is all this?
Mhm.
We don't know why is there 50 whiteboards across this room and no technology?
'Cause
So
there
there's
should be.
this shock
The future.
value of people moving it because there isn't any uniformity to it, right? So it's
Well, it's funny because they're always like, yeah, we want to get rid of all this stuff. It's like, you don't own it. It's not yours. It's
You guys don't do
renting
that?
a
You
house
get a-
or rebuilding it. It's like,
But it
it's
is
not
because
working
we
that
bought
You
way.
get a rental
Mark.
car and paint it.
They
you don't do
didn't
that?
buy anything. They are there as temporary inhabitants. They do not have any ownership of the space whatsoever. But they're asking me, well, it's general purpose owned. So you guys are supposed to just deliver my dreams, right? And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like you use the technology that came with the space as it was designed to use in the space. You're
Or
not
you don't use it.
remodeling it. Yeah.
I just ask them if they'll pay for the remodel.
But then they're like, oh, well, this is general purpose. So don't you pay for it?
But then they have to take it with them when they're done.
Nope. Right.
That's kind
exactly
of
because
hey,
they
yeah,
bought it.
We'll bolt on whatever you want. It's your pocketbook.
Did
What's
any of
smoke
you,
code?
Your
Let's
money,
go.
buddy.
did any of you have like the old antiquated technology grant process in from previous years? And
No.
this would be an old
We have one that's
one.
called like
This
this,
is
the central computing something.
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, I've
You
had it at other
rooms that were like
schools.
covered under these grants.
Well, the weird
back
thing
in the
is,
day.
like, the awards are so low. It's like, here's $4,000. I'm like, well, okay, I can buy you a new projector.
Well,
but you don't
there
get
were
all the
rooms that
rest of
were
your stuff.
outfitted this way long ago.
Well, so
And
these never covered the entire thing, but they covered parts of it, and it's enough to be annoying. So
we had parts, and we also had whole rooms.
Oof.
And those departments, like they wanted to. Oh, they were so pissed. We're like, yeah, that grant was one time. It paid for it. Well, don't you always have to come and replace it? What do you not understand about it was one time? You got one time grant to pay for this, and they just expect Central to pay for this forever. Just come replace it. And that's that first example you gave, Chris. We're like, hey, we got this space, and it was paid for as this. Like, are you guys going to come take care of it for us forever? It's like, no. Why would we do that? It's like, have you ever bought a car that just has a forever warranty? That's not like a Bentley or some crazy thing. But like,
those don't have forever warranties, and they cost
Yeah.
more.
right, exactly. So it's like the expectation always kind of
What you're talking about is a lease. You just want to
Yes,
get a lease.
but I think a lot of departments think that that's how their spaces are designed. That it's as a
Come
service,
to
as a
WKU,
lease.
we'll lease that shit all day long. You want to lease?
Are you doing
over
it?
to Bowling Green?
Are you doing lease technology in your spaces? Do departments?
Essentially, I mean that's kind of
Yeah, but you don't follow up on the lease to pay for or to replace anything. They just keep paying.
we're just the middle people. We just get requests. We don't even we take the
Yeah,
money
people
and then we
skills.
give
Take
it
you over
back
down to the
and
engineers.
spend it. And,
I got you. Okay, fascinating. Okay, well, yeah, I think
Lease
there's
to
more-
own. Is it lease
Lease
to
to
own?
own? Well, you can't really afford
It's
this.
Kind of a
loan
lease.
here.
No,
It's lease to rent, Justin.
lease to rent and own, but not own. But
with an option to buy that you'll never be able to afford because it's more than the lease.
yeah,
Three
It's the-
easy
it's the
payments and
original
one
price.
really complex payment.
Yes.
All right.
I'm not really sure how it all works.
We
I've
do
only
have
worked
we do
there.
have another topic we need to get to quickly here, but any other thoughts on these weird space ownership things? And we are going to do a follow up on this, kind of on some more nuanced topics related to this. So look for
funding
that in
gets
a few
funny.
weeks.
Funding gets funny.
So
Well-
for those of you, and this is something that
know.
we talked about before the show.
Let's talk
It's off
Okay.
topic.
Explaining.
All the script
For
is
you manufacturers and integrators and consultants listening, and you're like, why the hell does this apply to me? Think about selling licenses and software with AV and how to deal with that in all the stuff we just talked about.
the ability to navigate that crazy world through years, let alone physical
What's-
space.
It's
your
just a
P card in
PO,
there?
buddy. It's just a
Right.
PO.
The
They
P
got their
card,
money, they
Jamie.
don't care.
Do P card, no one checks that.
It is true.
There you go.
All righty. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about
Amy's favorite topic.
what the heck is going on with document cameras.
Nothing.
Justin is
Why are
not
we even
excited
talking
about.
about this?
See,
Why are we
that's where it
talking about
starts.
this?
You-
Yeah, all right. Commercial.
This is so stupid.
Is it though? Is it though? You know what's not stupid is this message.
The AV SuperFriends are supported by Neutric Group Americas. And you know what the AV industry needs more of? No, not another cloud dashboard. We need training, hands-on training, because before the network, before the room system appliance, before the AI camera that insists on looking out the window, there's layer one, the physical stuff, the connections, the infrastructure, the things that either work or ruin everyone's afternoon. That's why Neutric is investing in practical education built around real-world skills and repeatable results. Their FAST method, fit, attach, secure, test, creates a simple, memorable workflow for proper termination practices. It's hands-on training for the people building, supporting, designing, and maintaining AV systems in the real world, because Layer 1 gets it done. Neutric, what to use, when to use it, why it matters. To find out more, email fast.training@neutricgroup.com.
And special thanks to Neutric on that one. They are doing this really cool program. We had them on the show a little bit ago to talk about that. We talked to them at Infocom. They're doing some cool stuff with hands-on training because, let's be honest, you all suck at soldering.
And
Whoa.
Hey, I don't.
Wow.
not only that, I've seen a lot of suckery on Cat 6 terminations.
And cat terminations. Mm-hmm. And your 3-piece BNC that you dropped the dielectric and the little pin fell out. Yeah, we know you're all terrible at that.
Uh-huh.
Because I am too. We're all
There we
terrible.
go.
all are.
I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
this is a we, not a you all.
This is a we. I'm
Okay.
straight up
Everybody.
tell you right
This
now.
is a you all.
No, this is you all.
Check out this cold solder joint. You know, so, yeah.
Exactly. Hear
It was
that
working a
buzz?
minute ago. Doc.
Exactly.
So,
It
This
looks
is
like
more
a
the
bubble.
Y'all suck at terminate.
use
Cram
all
that
the
thing in there. It'll fit. Just cram it in there.
No matter what the
Let's use
gauge
the
wire
Cat
is.
5e pass-through on this Cat 6a shielded cable. Should be fine.
If you ever see XLR
Cut
cables
that
without
out.
the boot, that was me.
Yeah,
That,
cut
that was your
out,
best
too.
solder, by the way.
That's my
He was like,
that's
damn it.
My signature
it
one of
gets
like,
under
oh,
my
the boot's still
skin.
over there. Damn it. So you just cut the boot and you use E-tape and heat shrink. It's fine.
Dude.
Anyway, all right.
God.
Commissioning.
So if you don't want to deal with that, reach out to Neutric. They're doing this cool. They're doing a series of these. They're going to start.
Whole class.
Yeah, a bunch of classes on this, hands-on, working with integrators and
I'm going
schools
to
and
sign
stuff. to
AV
kinda do that.
SuperFriends up for this shit.
I think we should.
With
I'm
everybody.
gonna do-
Get
I'm
your
gonna do
students
it.
signed up. Get the students enrolled.
I'm
That's
going
the way
to
to
get you
roll.
all signed up.
Next generation
Sounds
of
like
technicians.
Y'all need
right.
a class on terminating.
We should bring them on. We'll do a whole class. Skip it
I've
to
been
us. Okay.
trying to terminate people all month.
That's an HR problem.
That's
Different kind of termination, Jamie. All right.
Different.
Oh,
Jamie.
sorry.
So document cameras.
Oh, the final frontier.
Document cameras are one of those strange things when
What are we
you're specifying like
Are
what's
they
going in a typical basic room. You always end up, well, computer, laptop. Maybe there's not a computer. Maybe it's just a connection. Maybe not Blu-ray anymore, thank God. But there's always a document camera, visualizer, whatever you call it. That always gets in there somehow. Are we still doing document cameras via baseband? Are we doing baseband and USB? Just USB? Are we doing them for capture and recording? Is it just for replacement for the old overheads? What's going on
Is
with
document
cameras?
camera, is it part of your standard? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, and that's the weird thing is it's always in there.
Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you do the actual research to
I
see
think
if
we're leaning towards exploring to be like Jamie, and maybe we're going to rethink this.
Not
The
anymore.
people who use it love it. Not going to take that away. They love it, and so there's this analog thing that's like document cameras. You need them, right?
I will never question if somebody asks for one, and I will get one. You know,
Yes.
like I've even handed them to them. So this is yours. Take it wherever you want.
And like Aaron mentioned,
no way to
right
plug
there.
it in, but take it.
But
Well, so that's the point. Document cameras, I will say, let me put some rails around this. A document camera, a visualizer, a presenter, whatever they're called by different manufacturers. They used to be huge. They used to have giant arms on them. They used to cost $6,000. You'd be surprised if you haven't looked in a while what you can get for $200, $300, $400, $500
bucks. Yeah,
400.
They're physically smaller. Some of them don't even require power supplies anymore because they are powered by the USB that's coming off of the computer and still get you an HDMI out. So the threshold to implement these is very low.
well, so yes.
So why don't we just include it? And I think that's why it still ends up in most people's typical classrooms.
Well, is it an additional thingamawidget that you got to put in there that's not part of your baseband delivery package? Like, is it more of a BYOD play, or is it like a fixed with an input being switched to the screen, and that's the game?
question.
I think that was a question. That was part
Yeah.
of it.
I think that is it, right? And
Do
so
I need to dedicate an input to it for something, or
No.
is this just plug it in?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
Ooh.
USB.
I'm currently in
Both.
the yes, but want to get to the no. I'm in this transitional period where
I would like to get to the no, but I'm still a yes because when I
Because
pulled
why,
up the
Larry?
stats,
Why?
people are using
Why?
them.
Why?
They're being used.
But do they
But
care
for
that it's
what?
coming
I
through
could
the
use them on
HDMI?
USB. What are you talking
How
about?
are, wait.
This
How are
is
you
why
pulling
this
up these
topic's
stats?
never-
Well, I am looking at GVE and seeing that people are selecting the
Whoa, whoa,
button.
whoa,
It's
whoa,
not a
whoa.
great
That's-
use case, but I can see they're
Of course
actually
you
Why do you
turned
have
the
a
key.
button?
That's what the car had.
because it's baseband. Like they
That's
have
a
to
worse
select that to put
experience.
it to the screen.
No,
But what if it
That's
didn't
one
need
step
that?
that's
It
been
didn't
wrong
need
for
that
about 10
button,
years.
Larry.
Oh,
No.
but there are, and we've all run into this. The people
Nope.
who are on their own laptop, they've got the USB coming out to. Just open an image viewer. What's that mean? Open
Yeah,
Zoom.
it
how do
is
I see the
service
camera?
calls.
It is.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
Right,
I
so take
get
them
it.
out.
No.
What, the person or the doc cam?
All the above.
Okay.
Whatever it takes. Is it, Jamie? Is
So
it
a
just
minute ago
is it
you were
legacy
terminating, and
service
now you're taking
enablement here?
people out.
Is it just legacy? Are we just like living in this transition where it's like it's for the old analog workers like Aaron shared before? Like if you're not prepared for the digital age, so therefore your document camera. I can see. I've seen. We have rooms with no whiteboard at all. I know, and
Right.
there's no front of the room, and you need.
Is it a
some
lecture
level
hall?
of-
Is
You've
it like
seen
a huge room where
round
whiteboards don't make
It's
any
a
sense anyway?
giant round
been
room
in
that
that
seats
room, Larry.
600 people. There is no front
In
to
that
this
room, I agree. There should not be a whiteboard, so it's all good.
There's
Yeah.
chalkboard.
Funny enough, at one point,
I
people
think
who were
we-
doing design thought we were going to roll them in. It's like, what are you thinking?
We were
No.
finding the opposite of Larry. We were finding less use, and in fact, some of that was because it was less complaints. Since we have been all USB for a long time, we don't have baseband video connection for the document cameras any longer because people wanted to try to use it in Panopto or in Zoom or something, and they're like, "Well, I pressed the button, but it didn't show up in you on the computer because you have to select it."
You have to focus the camera on the screen, and then it's okay.
Oh, God bless.
Well, what we were getting into was, unbeknownst to us in the transition to Microsoft Windows 11, things like
Unbeknownst to others.
the camera app
Clever app.
disappeared. And we use Lumens, and
Our
the
deployment
Lumens
team
app
did that. They took the
no
camera
longer-
app up and asked why we were using that. I'm like,
Yeah, it no
"That's
longer
what the
worked
dock
anymore."
cams used.
So there was literally no software that could use the camera, and not a single complaint.
Have any of you ever done like the hardware controller system to application level control on a computer? Push the button on your touch panel and it opens the application on the
Yes,
computer.
in some specialized spaces, but the amount
Oh.
of coordination on that's a pain in the butt. So,
Yeah, it's not
That's
worth
a
the
whole
hurdle.
nother
There's
level
probably
of
somebody screaming right now. You could just do this and it opens
Yeah,
the application. I know.
through the USB.
Oh my God! Just shut up,
Yeah.
all of you.
I want
You know what
to
else you can do with your USB dock
Have we
cam?
tried it? Yes. Did it absolutely fail? Yes. Will I ever
I
try
got it to
again?
work.
So I'm curious, did you have
where
the
we
Oh, no,
use
no.
our dock cams?
Are they
I
sitting
can
on your
get it to
desktop?
work, but not in
Yeah.
the public setting.
Not in an actual production environment.
Right.
No, but I got it to work.
So
You know what
Watch
else
the lab.
works?
So Jamie, do you provide docking ears, El Cheapo 400 whatever USB?
So we
Those
still
are
have
the El
a
Cheapos.
we still
Sorry,
have
yeah,
a whole we still have a
$199
whole bunch.
cheapos,
I would
yes.
say 3/4 of our rooms all have document cameras because that's
Yeah.
what they've had for years and years and
Yeah.
years and years. But as we refresh them, no, we're not putting them back in.
Interesting.
As people call and say, "Hey, I would really like to use a
Someone
document
stole the
camera,"
dock cam.
I'll bring one to you. No problems, no questions asked.
it's
I'll
USB?
deliver it. It's USB.
Cool.
And
If
that's
they
where-
only
that's
want
where
it
I
in their
am,
office, great. Here you go. Because usually it's one that I've taken out from somewhere else.
So
But-
you just running around with dock cams all the time in a backpack,
He is
just handing
100%.
out like what?
We
dock
don't-
cam Santa
We
Claus?
don't have that many requests.
Repelling into the room with the dock camera. Here you go.
When it comes up and we start talking to some faculty members, the ones that like, and to Mark, to your question earlier was, yeah, they're so dedicated to the whiteboard, and then you tell them, well, use a document camera instead, and then you can get your notes into Zoom, where they want some kind of touch interface or something. The second you start optioning that, they like tune out. It's like, nope, I'm out.
Yep.
I'll use a marker board, but I won't use pen and paper.
I can write more on the whiteboard.
You
So-
guys need to investigate the marker board cameras.
Seen
That's
those.
a nice tool.
Or the whiteboard tops
Would you
to your
would you
lecterns.
ever
Right.
allow like a clamp for a phone to just go into the MacBook?
There
and
it
become
is.
Your camera.
Most
Because people have
are-
asked that.
Oh,
Yeah,
like during COVID, where people were taping them to the top of cereal
When I
boxes and
joined
crap?
this meeting today, StreamYard's like, you want to use your phone
You
camera,
need to
sir? I
turn
was
that
like,
crap
no, I
off
do
on your
not.
MacBook.
But people are like, I could just use this.
I'll
Right.
just do this
Right.
over the Wi-Fi's. It's
We're just-
fine.
We're just seeing a less and less and less dependencies on it, and so we're just not. It's not carte blanche anymore. It's not just part of the standard. Just give it out. But I don't argue with anybody because I can see where they're very useful. If somebody wants one, we
You've
give them
argued
one.
with me this whole time.
You argue with
No,
us
no.
nonstop.
Standard. Just every room gets one, no
Let's say
matter what.
everybody
Nope.
gets a dock camera. See, the
Everybody
rooms do.
gets one.
Maybe
I'm
it's
tired
dock
of it.
cam Santa Claus.
I just stand
Yeah, I
out in the
guess you kinda
hallway
is.
on the
Here
first
comes
day
the
of
dock
class,
cam.
just
Here
handing the
comes
things
dock
out,
cam.
man.
Yeah,
It's
but-
like
Dock cam
like
lane.
Infocom swag.
You have a white Chevy install van, and you're handing out dock cams from the back.
Why wouldn't you at least dress like Santa, though?
Dock cam center is different.
You know what else works?
It's a Mercedes. I have
Using-
class. All right.
Using a document camera for Zoom.
Right.
I'm not talking about capturing notes. I'm
You can
talking
zoom
about
in and
capturing
zoom out.
people
You know what
and
else?
audio.
Turn
ha-
it around.
Now that you
There you
say
go.
that, what else has decreased is tickets about how come my audio and my camera
how come we
suck
can
so
only
bad.
only hear stuff through our dock cams.
Since,
You
you
can
know,
fix that other ways.
like Windows decides all of a sudden that, oh, that has a camera. I like it better.
And a mic.
Windows knows.
I take the
best.
dock cam, you turn it around, you can look at people in the room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Jamie, have you stopped deploying them on your new standard? Is that what you said?
I
And
don't.
no baseband input, no dock camera.
No, unless requested. And then whatever, we'll put it in. USB only. Let's go.
But only in departmental spaces.
That
Covered.
aren't covered.
They're not covered.
No,
Seminar
they sign an
seminar
MOU.
spaces.
I'll give it to them.
Seminar spaces that
You
Almost
sign an MOU,
conference,
stand there
almost
with
class.
the dock cam
People
showing
sign
them
an
that they gotta
MOU
sign.
before they get a dock cam.
Right.
it's better be coded correctly. If it's not coded correctly, get out of that room.
Well, yeah,
No,
does that
I
change
will
the
give them.
classification of the
I
room?
will give
Yeah.
them one
Oh yeah,
if there is an MOU. If there's not, it's $400.
What
Give
is
me your
the
code.
MOU doing to enable them to have a dock cam? What
Making them
problem are
think
you
twice.
solving with
Central
that
service
MOU?
and support. Central service and support.
That's an SLA. Okay.
Well,
Whatever
the
you wanna call
MOU
it.
says you won't
Slamoo.
call us.
Yeah. Right.
That's actually just a general understanding. It doesn't mean I'm not going to.
That's
yeah.
a handshake
Right.
agreement.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's no service level agreement.
In Wyoming, we no, it's all handshake.
It's blood brotherhood here.
All right.
Well, if it's important, it's a dean. Then it's a blood agreement. So yeah.
We've talked a long time about dock cams.
Sure did.
Justin
Jamie did
hates
specifically.
documents.
One who didn't want to talk much about it.
Well, I know. I'm like, why do you even have them?
And you talked the whole time.
Because you guys are saying, well, why don't you have them? Because it's stupid. Why are we doing this?
We set you up for that, Jamie. You're welcome. So,
This whole damn show has been stupid.
I said that in the beginning.
You guys, geez. We're gonna do more of this.
I
Coming back
predicted
next week, we're gonna
that,
talk more about
maybe.
duck cams.
Where's that margarita that we talked about when the show opened?
It's frozen margarita. It's now melted and it's getting down in your equipment rack.
just lemonade.
Great. Now it's all
You were in
sticky.
charge of that, by the way.
That's right.
All righty. Well, we've ruined this one. We're gonna roll out of here. Be back next week. Talk about some other stuff. Probably dock cams. Maybe some scheduling. Maybe funding. Maybe support. See what that looks like. It's all
Maybe
real
AV.
world stuff that other
It's
folks
all-
don't talk about.
It's all the nuance that makes things tricky.
It's all the news that's new and improved. So, so look for that and other similar topics coming up and other stuff. We also have a multi-topic series we're going to be doing coming out next month, I believe. We'll have more on that in the next week or the week or so. So look for
Sure
that.
will.
And look for that on the socials.
Get your tokens.
Back next week. See y'all. Well, we've managed to ruin yet another episode of AV Super Friends Off the Rails. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com. If you complain loud enough, we might just invite you on the show.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV Super Friends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.